Okay, I figured it's about time that someone makes a good video on how to run your boat on muffs. If you don't know what muffs are, that's what these are. Ear muffs, muffs, flushers, they're called a whole bunch of different things. What they do is they go onto your drive. See these right here? These are your cold water intakes. And what the muffs do is they slide on either side up like this. And they go a little farther. Just kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. They cover both of those intake vents, and then you attach your garden hose to this. And right up inside here is an impeller that actually spins whenever the engine spins, and it sucks water from here up into the engine for cooling. This is a must when you're starting an engine. I see so many videos on YouTube where people just start their engine and rev it without being on muffs. What that does is it ruins the impeller inside the outdrive by melting it. There's too much friction. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a cold start. This boat's been sitting about 2 weeks. We had it out a couple weeks ago. We're thinking about taking it out today, but it's a little chilly. It's only in the high 60s, and it's pretty windy. And it was 90 degrees yesterday. So I don't know what we're going to do, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start it because it's been a couple of weeks and it's good to get the fluids going. So first things first, I need to go up to the front and lower the nose down, or the bow, to be able to lower the engine and get it as parallel as possible. On this boat, it's really, really hard to get it all the way down just because it sits so low to the ground. But this is another common mistake, is people start these boats with these drives in the upright position, and inside this spot right in here, there's U-joints, and those U-joints get bound up whenever you try to run it like this, and you'll end up just tearing them up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go hook up the battery, and I'm going to lower the hook the hose up, and I'm going to lower the drive back down and get things ready for a fire up. Okay, so I've lowered the bow. It is down as low as it can go, and I've lowered the outdrive down as low as it can go, just before it touches the concrete. And this is about where the outdrive is whenever it's trimmed out and you're going, 90 to nothing down the lake. I've also, you always want to, every time you start your boat, if it's been sitting for a couple of weeks, just go through everything, check your fluids, check everything that you can imagine, make sure your belts are tight, make sure you don't see anything just leaking, because, maintenance is key on these things. And I saw a quote one time from somebody that says, running it till it pukes costs big bucks. So, that's one thing, is keep it up. Make sure you don't see anything kind of weird. And that's what I did, is I completely went through the whole engine bay and just kind of checked everything, took the oil cover off, the oil filler off, just make sure everything smells nice and doesn't look awful, and then check the oil. Make sure all the throttle linkages still work. Now, granted, mine's a brand new engine, but still, you should do that every time. It's kind of like pre-flight checks on the airplane. So, I think we're ready to go. I'm going to run over and turn on the water, and we'll see if she fires up after 2 weeks of sitting. All right, so everything's going. Got the water running. I'm going to set the camera down, hop in the boat, and see if she starts. On a lot of these carbureted engines, what you want to do is feather the throttle as you're starting it. Every boat's different, and you got to kind of figure out what it likes. Mine likes to choke on all the way on, and to sit there and feather the throttle until it first fires off, and let it sit for a second, and then hit it again. So we'll see how it goes. Well, there you have it. How to cold start your boat on Muffs. Make sure it's all running. I like doing this before I go to the lake, just to make sure I'm not sitting there on the dock and something goes wrong. It takes about 10 minutes to do this. Make sure everything's 100%. That way when you're out there, you don't tick off your fellow boaters.